Today, the 3.11 Challenge League for Path of Exile was announced, Harvest. In a nutshell, this league, the player begins with an empty farm and a fixed starting number of farm coins, the primary currency in the game. Players earn XP, or experience points, for performing certain actions in the game, such as ploughing land or buying items. At certain XP benchmarks, the player's level rises. As the player obtains more Wait a second. I accidentally opened the Farmville Wikipedia page on the absolute accident. I don't know how I did it. Such a silly badger. Sorry, guys. Welcome, it's your friendly neighbourhood badger here, and enough of the hijinks, as it's time to dive headfirst into the announcement of the Harvest League for Path of Exile. By now, most of you may have seen some information on this league, and there's actually a ton of great content already out there, so rather than reiterating, I'm going to just be exploring a couple of initial thoughts in this short video. If you do want more of an overview, definitely go and check out ZiggyD's Harvest Reveal video, as well as the Q&A with Chris Wilson. There's links down below if you need. Initially, I laughed at the premise of this league. Not because I didn't like the idea, but because I'd always joked about a Farmville-esque league on stream over the past weeks. However, though the joke is fun to throw around, on inspection it looks like there's not much similarity between the Harvest League itself and those click-to-harvest mobile games, and rightfully so. In true Path of Exile fashion, the more you invest into this league mechanic, the more dangerous it becomes, which, I'll have to admit, is growing on me quite a lot. The idea of being a farmer, trying to perfect and grow your farm, only to realize your farm has a very real chance of overwhelming you and slaughtering you, is exhilarating, to say the least. Not to mention, there are 3 new bosses that can be grown if you get certain rare seeds and grow them large enough, and for someone like myself whose favourite aspect of Path of Exile is fighting the endgame bosses, this is quite exciting. Away from the league mechanic itself, 3.11 plans to introduce many updates to skills and weapon types, plus additions to these types as well, including, and in no particular order, two-handed weapons, war cries, brands, slams, and the passive skill tree. Though I'm fairly apprehensive about certain changes to these skills, I hope that this will all work in our favour and introduce many new ways to explore character creation. However, 2 mechanics in particular here do stand out in how they may function or change, being brands and war cries. As we all know and remember through Delirium League, due to the introduction of Archmage and Cluster Jewels respectively, both of these mechanics became very overpowered. It will be quite interesting to see whether these mechanic updates are actually just straight nerfs to power in Warcries and Brands, or whether it will be a total rebalancing of scaling, including nerfs just to the Archmage support gem and the Warcry cluster jewels. We will just have to wait and see. Other notable things I'm excited about are the reworks to existing uniques. Grinding Gear Games have specified there are over 50 uniques being reworked that are already in the game, and let's face it, there are so many uniques right now that have almost no place in the current meta and evolving gameplay loop. I'm quite optimistic that this is a great step into, again, creating much more variation in the way that we explore and build our characters. League mechanic aside, this upcoming patch will, hopefully, give us a lot to explore and sink our teeth into. And look, that is it for my very primary exploration into the Harvest League. Though I'm not sharing my in-depth thoughts here right now, over the next coming weeks I will be releasing more videos on the topic. But if you want in-depth conversation or want to just ask any questions at all, come and visit over on Twitch. You can find the link super easily at the top of the description in this video, or you can just go to twitch.tv/thisisbadgergaming. Who's excited about this league? Or do you have any reservations? Definitely let me know below in the comments as well. I always appreciate your input as a community. I wouldn't be where I am without the continued support. And, as always, Badger out.